Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Let me know if the audio sounds better than it did this morning for anyone who was on the morning session, or even yesterday. I think I got some comments yesterday about audio that sound great. So just let me know if you notice anything. Did make some changes during the break here, so hopefully positive changes. I was just on here talking for the last couple minutes and realized it didn't actually hit the live button, so no one heard anything. But nothing important really came out. But yeah, if the sound is better, let me know. If it's worse, let me know that as well. My name is Healthy Vivian. Pray and trade. What's up? All right, let's look and see what happened during the lunch hour and actually 11 o'clock because we got off right around 11:15. So we saw run up past the opening range high, created a new high of the day, and immediately following that, we saw a breakdown in price. So far, 62% retracement and back down to the level that I thought we would reach. Once we passed this candle at 10:55, I thought we would trace back down and get this level at 18,020. But it ran up another 100 handles before coming back down and touching down to 19,020. Actually, take that back. It ran up 150 handles. Now we've retraced back, touched that level. But the question now is, are we going to now just trade in the range, or are we going to continue and push for another level of expansion here? All right, hopefully the sound is better. It looks like we have a few more viewers. Hopefully they don't drop off. Hello, Johan. What's up? Okay. All right, Johan. So tell me what happened. Which, where did you take a trade and what did you see? Let's see if we can't dissect what happened and how we can look for something else coming up. Oh, what's up, Biblical? Don't think I've seen you in the chat before, so welcome to the channel. From what I could tell, Johan, there were two entries earlier. So the first entry was at the open at 9:30, and that was on the 1 minute. So we had a 1 minute bearish breaker at the top of the level here. So that happened here. I didn't catch this trade, so don't feel bad if you didn't see it. I think I was looking at 5 minutes, so I wasn't able to see this one. And prior to that, we had a lot of consolidation from prior to 8:30, basically since yesterday evening, right? Price just stayed in the same range, so it hadn't made a move. Then we had the 8:30 news where we saw whipsaw up and down, and then it saw a bearish breaker at 9:30, sent price reeling. Once price hit a low, we got around 10:30. Then it set up a bullish breaker down here. This is the 1 minute, but a breaker established itself on the 1 minute from right in this area. Oops. Pull that up. Right. So we got a closure above 1047, trade right back inside, and then but it also set up a 5 minute, which is the area I mapped off here. The only thing is, didn't quite, it never retraced back down. Right, so we have a 5 minute breaker here. Price traded above, closed above, and just kept trading higher. And even now, we've come back down close to it, but not exactly down to the breaker. But you know, I really should extend a breaker to this wick here. That's where it should have been. And it should extend down to this wick. All right, so that's the 5 minute breaker. All right, so we did just get tap in there at 12:45. And we also have a unicorn set up because we have this fair value right here. That injury would have been around 19. Yeah, we're giving 80 handles in about 25 minutes. Open up the lower, 11:10. Okay. I see. Yeah, once price had made it up here, this break right here had already presented itself. We already had the bullish value gaps here that price had traded to, and before the hour was up, made sure that it didn't violate any of them, so they didn't go anywhere. We also had the bullish breaker already set up there. So at that point at 11:10, had you noticed the bullish breaker, you you'd have just been waiting for a retracement. And in that case, we didn't get one, but that would have been a move had you recognized that a bullish breaker was here. But it's okay. We'll look and see if we can't find a setup in the next hour or so. What's up, Ray? Good afternoon. Yeah, looking good. I only have 20. We got about half of everyone here already liking the video. I appreciate that, everyone. Mason back. Okay, got it. Nice. See your volume imbalance in the 1 minute. You want to see it taken. Yeah, you might get it. You might get it. But here on the 5 minute, it's already about halfway down the wick there. We had equal lows that was already taken a couple candles ago. So it may trade down there, but it may not. But let's look and see on the 1 minute what you're looking at. Even this wick here, pull liquidity from these equal lows right here. So there's already been a good amount of play to the downside. So if it doesn't return, it wouldn't surprise me. We're also out of the macro here, so we'll see if price wants to start pushing towards a target or if it hangs around. If it hangs around again, then we're probably going to revisit the next macro period. So we'll still see price in this area around 150, and then we'll see another dip down and see if price takes off from there. Oh, missed it by 1 tick. Oh, okay. Biblical, how was that retracement? Did you make it down there, or you needed a tick further than 951? I'm sorry, 19051. Oh, nice, Biblical. Good comeback. And that's it's a tough lesson, but I'm glad that it's a lesson that you're able to recover from. Make sure you follow your rules. I know sometimes it's easy to look at a setup or look at the way the candles are printing and feel like even though your setup isn't there, you know which direction price is getting ready to move. But yeah, following your rules is the most important thing, because what needs to happen is, yeah, you will win trades sometimes by not following your rules. But what you want to do is you want to have something that's predictable, something that you can quantify as a likelihood of occurring. And if you don't follow your rules, it's a crapshoot. Yeah, I don't know, Robin. I don't think I'm entertaining enough. Maybe that's what it is. Not to mention, I think that YouTube has a bias towards who they're promoting. Obviously, they want to promote those who are garnering a larger following. So it's tough to break into the group of those with over 1,000 followers, like in a session. For me, a really good session would be 100, 110 people. And I look at some other YouTubers who are live streaming, and I saw ICT yesterday, he had like 14,000 at one time. Now, ICT is in a league of his own, but even I see many others who are easily having 500 to 1,000 people on their live streams. But yep, it is what it is. You guys are the beneficiaries of whatever information I have. So I'm glad I have an audience of some kind, regardless of the size. And not only that, you guys are also adding your own flavor to the room, and so I'm learning from you as well. So it's good. I'm enjoying it. Exactly, Biblical. You can't win them all, and just because the candles are moving doesn't mean that's your trade. That may be someone else's trade based on their strategy, but it's not your trade. And that was something I had to learn as well, is that every 40 or 50 point move is not something that I should have seen and should have caught. I I completely agree with you, Biblical. For me, once I got all the technicals down and I knew how to trade, it took me longer than I ever thought it would to conquer my psychology with trading. Being able to trust the setup, not move my stop loss, being able to have the discipline to only take my setup and not have FOMO, like all those things. It just took so long to get that together. Oh, you're on your first union. All right. Well, you know we all have our own path. So just because it took him 80 doesn't mean it'll take you 80. But try to pick up some of the lessons learned, and that should help out. Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Johan. I think I misinterpreted that. I, I was seeing that as evals, but no, I said a performance count. So I see what you're saying now. Yep. Yeah, I think just from all the things I've watched and how to grow, on YouTube and things like that, it seemed like there's a threshold of about a year that YouTube likes to see their content creators producing content consistently, and to get around that year mark and over, a couple hundred videos. And then whatever reason, all of a sudden things start to happen. Now there are outliers where some people get on YouTube and in a month or two they have a pretty decent following, but for the most part, it seems like that year threshold is where most content creators start to see growth. But yeah, biblical. This was for this trading room here is for just traders to hang out, because I know we all trade different styles. I'm not necessarily in here teaching everyone to follow exactly what I'm doing, because I don't want to put out trades here for those who just show up to copy trades. So really what I wanted this room to be was for, just group of traders who trade different styles to just kind of bounce off ideas of what we see, where we see things heading, what our biases are, those kind of things. And, we all can learn. All right, look like we might end up getting to next macro still in the same area. I thought we might do that. And so whatever the entry model is, we'll probably see it over here at around 150. Yep. Not moving my stop was critical to my success, and also stop going for 100 handle moves every time. And what I figured out is once I realized I was only going to take breaker setups, through back testing, I realized that 25 to 30 handles is 80 to 90%. You start going further than that, uh, sometimes you have to wait for a second or third entry where it'll go up 30, 35 handles and all the way back to the entry again, which I can't tell you how many times I was up 30 or 40 handles only to watch the trade come all the way back down because I was looking for the home run. And then when it gets back to my entry, now I'm afraid of the trade. I get out and I don't re-enter, and then the trade goes to where I thought it was. So that has happened too many times. Glad I'm out of that phase, but it was a phase I was in. Bring data like CPI, PPI. Pray trade, you say, have I thought about covering data? What do you mean by covering data? For anyone who was on the morning session, can you confirm or deny whether the audio has been improved? Oh, that's what you meant, pray and trade. I see. When you say cover CPI and DPI, okay. So you're saying get started when there's 8:30 news. Go and trade that section. Okay. Um, no, I haven't considered doing that. And one of the reasons is because I don't trade news. But I see what you're saying. Some people want to trade news, and so they specifically seek out the people who are live stream during those moments. It's something I could consider doing. The only thing for me is that since I'm on the west side of the U.S., it's the time is pretty early. So I'm already starting a live stream just after 6 o'clock. So if I was gonna do the news at 8:30, then I would basically be starting my live stream around 5 in the morning for me. But it's doable. I'll consider that. Thanks for the suggestion. Hey Queen, thanks for dropping by. Okay, 10 points. You look to get out. Okay. Yeah, I didn't check the breaker at the top of the range here. I did catch, I saw the one at the top here, send it down, caught the one down low to send price higher. So it invalidated that breaker on the way up. And let's see now. Okay, I see it now. Especially on the 1 minute. Yep. Yeah, Queen, the crazy part is they were all on the 1 minute. So if you don't like 1 minute breakers, you wouldn't have caught anything. With the exception of maybe this one down here, which is on the 5 minute. I'm sorry, this one. They just tapped into it here on the 5 minute. Yeah, I think if you've taken 1 or 2 trades already and and it's fair in your favor, it's best to just step away. Because no trade setup is 100%. And if you've been on the winning side of several trades for the day, then it's just a matter of time before you get faked out. All right, let's see what this candle just before the macro does. Oh, you know what? I did not mark up our lunchtime lows and highs. So let's go ahead and do that. So here we are. So we got the high at 198. We got a low at 0.17. Yeah. Yeah, like the one from 10:30 Queen, the 5 minute did not tap in, but the 1 minute did. The 5 minute didn't tap in until lunchtime around 12:45, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm looking to see if we're just going to trade in the range today. I think I remember hearing or reading something about when pre-market takes Asia and London's high and low, and there are no session highs and low when New York starts, that you generally get a day where price just trades in the range. And so I'm looking to see if that's going to be what we get today. If so, we won't stay until the end. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been meaning to check out the 2024 because I saw that I think it was, what is it, MMXM, and said that the 2024 mentorship has been full of gems and been a good watch. So I've been meaning to think about it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I have some ICT mentorship notes from some of the previous years in my what's this? In my Notion account. But yeah, if you want to publish it, or at least let us know which account is publishing it, that'd be excellent. 828 is NVIDIA. You said Cisco is today? I checked it and I didn't think I saw it. Maybe I missed something. All right, so here is. Okay, so here's Cisco. Yep. I guess I missed that one. So if Cisco is a big enough player for Nasdaq, then that means we'll likely see some movement around the 350, 410 macro. And if it's not during the macro, it's going to be immediately following. So when the macro's over at like 420 or something, you'll see price move in a way that you didn't expect. If we look at Thursday, we have Walmart, which is probably part of S&P. So, yeah, that's all I see for the remainder of this week. Anyone interested, this is Earnings Whisperer Twitter account or X account. They publish this every week, so you can check this out on Saturday, Sunday to see what the coming week is going to bring. They also publish the results of previous weeks, so you can see how all these companies fared. So by the end of the week, you'll see what the announcement was and how price moved. Okay. All right, so Ray is pointing out here on 5 minute during the last macro, 1250 to 110. We confirmed at 105, we confirmed this as a bullish breaker on the 5 minute. We also have a 5 minute busy in here. So we have the unicorn set up, and there's also an inversion in here as well, with the inversion being tapped first. So just keep that in mind as we see price in this range. All right, everyone, it's 2 o'clock. Silver bullet traders, now is your time. The link to, oh, you mean for Earnings Whisper? Sure. Okay, that didn't work. Let me try this again. Hmm. Oh, there we go. Okay, maybe that's not working either. Sorry, you're gonna have to just go into Twitter and just type in Earnings Whisperer. And we've swept these lows here. Now looking to see how price wants to how will it react. So let's get down to the lower time frame and watch the 1 minute here. So it swept both of the levels I had marked off. Oops. If this creates a bullish fair value gap for silver bullet entry, and that's if you're bullish. If you're bearish, you're currently in the fair value gap. All right, thank you, Queen. I appreciate you. Yep. Well, yeah, the 1030 low took out the opening range low. But then it ran for the opening range high. So yeah, maybe that was a fake out. And so the 1035 low should now be protected possibly. Okay, institutional order flow. Okay, I'll try that again this afternoon as well. Yeah, no. Yeah, Queen, turn it on double time. And then when it gets to a second that you're looking for, then slow it down. Okay. Yeah, Ray, I noticed that you had done that either last week or a few weeks before that, where there was like three consecutive fair value gaps that were really close to one another, and you just pulled them together and used the consequent encroachment of the combined three. I had never seen that or heard anyone do that, so that was an eye opener for me. All right, so we went through this entire macro session, and all we did was sweep these relative equals here, still inside of the breaker. So let's go back up to the 5-minute here. Okay, 47. It's back on the one. So the 1047 again. Okay, so we have this fair value gap right here. Let's make it a different color so we can actually see it. that. So that's the fair value gap. Because there's no wick here at the bottom. All right, so which is fair. Instead of going from 998. I see. So you're saying there's no wick at the bottom, so you use the entire candle. Yep. All right, Queens. I think this is it here. So this was the candle. And normally we would just, let me just make it larger. Right, so this would have been our traditional fair value gap from this wick low to this wick high right here. But he's saying there's no wick on this candle pushing lower. So you have to include, I guess, this up wick down to the candle body of the previous candle. Yeah, no problem. Recently watch the retake back to 56, possibly. All right, biblical. Get rid of this. Get back up to 5 minutes. Even if we look at the 1 minute, we can see that there has been sort of this price move upwards, even though it's not been strong. It has created a small trend here. Now, hopefully, when it fills in this gap, it doesn't break down, and then we see a sharp move lower. I want to see it push through this gap and up to these equal highs at 0.91. Yep, you're right, Queen. 12:45 is finally when it came back down. So that was yep, the 5 minute. Oh, it said 1 minute breaker. I had this as a 5 minute. But I guess you're right, it could have been a 1 minute as well. Excuse me. But yeah, it was 12:45 when it finally came back down, because when it left at 10:45, there was no retracement back inside. Yeah, it's not a bad position, Ray. Now, if you took some off, now you're in a win-win situation. Maybe you break even on the last contract. Now you can see if things run. And if it runs, you got a risk-free trade there. Yeah, I was in a long that I had to close at break even. I just couldn't sit in it longer. All right here. So in this case, Ray, would this fair value gap extend down here to 1250? Oh, you said this has barely a small width there. See, the low is 78.5, and the low of next candle 70.25. Okay, so we did get a tap into the fair value gap right here at 222. So let's see now if we get bullet momentum out and it turns into the silver bullet. Entry would have been at 78, 79. So let's see if we make it up to 200 and it delivers 20 handles. Oh, sorry, not 200, 100. So right here towards the high of the 105 candle. Go ahead and mark that. Yeah, essentially, you're right. It's basically market structure. So you combine either order blocks with, like you take fair value gaps with the Fibonacci, you put those together, and yeah, you can come up with some favorable trades. Inverse fair value gap, pre-creation of the breaker, where I'm going to use them. Yep. Got it. Okay, Ray. So what you're saying is these would have been your entries. Anywhere in the last 15, 20 minutes when price traded into the inverse. Put them together. Then you end up with something like this. Or you get a trade above here, back inside. Yep. Then 220 creates a fair value gap on the way up inside of the inverse. Last tap. Let's see if we get an impulse out. Hopefully you all were able to follow what Ray's been typing over the last 15 minutes or so. I've been trying to follow along on the screen as well to give you a visual. So hopefully it makes sense to you. Something you can go and incorporate into your back testing so that it can be part of your trading strategy if you like it. Sure. Yep. Yep. So he was saying that here essentially is another breaker. Another breaker here. Right. So before this breaker is even confirmed, on the way down, we have these two combined. Fair value gaps, one here and then one right here. Put them two together. There's your inverse fair value gap. Just get this out of the way. Then on the way back up, just move these. Right. This price is trading through this fair value gap that didn't hold. It creates a bullish fair value gap. And so I think what he's saying is he likes to take Once you start getting the body closures above, he likes to get in an entry either on the retest of the inverse or just somewhere above the consequent encroachment level, and then take it to higher prices. But he incorporates the inverse as sort of a PD array to stabilize price, kind of create a floor. And so he's saying he already has an entry and we haven't even confirmed the breaker yet. I hope I got that right. First, need to refer back to the order block at 12. Let's see. I hadn't considered that price needed to do that. So let's see. Right, getting out to 012 gets us just a little bit, taking out the swing low here, not quite to 70.8%. I mean, we're already in the OT sweet spot after 61.8, so I wouldn't think that it needs to, but can it? Yes, it absolutely can. I had to extend the fair value gap because I'm so used to doing it here. But when you get one that doesn't have wick below, as we've been discussing over the last half hour, extend that down. Once again, we have a closure above consequent encroachment of the breaker. Let's see if it gets confirmed now. Jeez, 4 hours and 22 minutes. Queen, you might want to wait for the notes to come out. Wait for those clip notes. Yep. Definitely want speed. We want some type of impulse here. the macro in about 10 minutes. So see how price performs prior to that happening. Okay, we're gonna stop till 71 and a half. Well, so far the candle bodies are sticking above the inversion, which is it's a good sign. In fact, let me change the edges here just so we can see this is an inversion now. 3 minutes left. About 3 minutes, and then we'll have our macro. I remember Queen telling me a while ago, if price is struggling to confirm, breaker, it wants to go the other way. You remember saying that, Queen? Lower than that consequent encroachment. Yep. Excuse me. Yeah, I think we're gonna finish up today after this macro concludes at 310. Yep. Therefore, we can all go and review some of the either videos left by other YouTubers, by ICT, Casper, any of the ones that Queen threw in the Discord for us to review. That'll give us an opportunity to do that instead of, watching price bounce around in the same range for an hour. And we've already been on for 2 hours this afternoon, and you can see where we are from 1300. We're in the exact same location. We have the range that was created right at 1305, traded lower down to 1311. Really haven't bounced out of that without, except for this wick at 2 o'clock. Outside of that, we're still inside this range, right? And even if you want to rewind that back to around 1220 or so, right? So we're talking 2.5 hours in this range here. I'd rather not spend power hour watching price just range, since we've already seen 3 nice movements throughout the day between this morning at 9:30, 10:30, and then the lunchtime. Hmm. Yep, body's still hanging out above consequent encroachment there. You can see the line at 071, and the body's still hanging out above. Yeah, that's why I try to generally stay out of price action when it's already delivered several big moves for the day, because I know it needs to build up liquidity again after delivering those big price runs. So it's just gonna bounce back and forth, give you a couple fake outs, create a high and low, and just stay in range. Let's see if we can get one last impulse expansion prior to finishing up today. We finally get that confirmation here at 252. Okay. I jumped back in at 80 and got out at these equal highs. Took 3 contracts, up 10 handles. Yep, yeah, I see the reason now for combining those, Ray, and having them together as opposed to doing it like this. Right, so this is what I would have previously done. Probably would have been taking it inversion here and putting the stop loss right below, which then, you're right, would have got me stopped out. Right. Put them together gives you a much larger range, knowing that you need to protect yourself against a lower one. And then you can wait for an entry somewhere around the consequent encroachment area. All right, let's see what the rest of this macro brings us. This time we got about 15 minutes left. Now that we know we've gotten a confirmation on the 1 minute, we've gotten a retest as well. I'll move back up to the 5 and let's just see where we land in the next 15 minutes. Oops. Okay, Ray, I see what you're saying. Yep. Yep, anyone who got in at either the 72 level or around 80, you're already up 20 to 30 handles. Let's see if it does make it up to 102. Bingo, there it is. There's my one runner out at 106. All right, so whether you took this 1 minute here and you waited for it, you can see how it was never invalidated. Or if you took this 5 minute and you had to wait an extra hour, where it got confirmed, traded back down, but it never reached consequent encroachment. And then now you see it pushing out. So regardless of which one you took, either one created a unicorn setup for you. With an inversion and the unicorn setup with the fair value gap in the direction we're looking for. So congrats to anyone who looked for that, saw it, believed in it, and took it. Yep, I appreciate you, Ray. Definitely. I appreciate the commentary and helping out here with just what you see, how you see the market. There's, I think they always say different ways to skin a cat. Yeah, sometimes I get lost in price as well when I see it either just moving sideways or just going back and forth. I get lost in the wicks because you can see here on the 5 minute how long the wicks are, especially the 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock hour. But if you just follow the candle bodies, right, you can see that for the breaker, it came down right to the consequent encroachment and the body stopped and it started moving its way back up. Created a 1 minute breaker. It did trade below consequent encroachment, but you never saw it trade below the breaker. And then we saw it trade higher. So a lot of good things happened in the last couple of hours, even though price was moving sideways and it didn't give us an entry at that time. There's a lot of good things to see and some good learning. Appreciate it again, Ray. All right, so we just ran up to midnight, 8:30 open, closed above, and now we see a rejection back down to the breaker to start out power hour. As a reminder, everyone, we got about 10 minutes left, so any questions, comments, make sure you throw them out there. Ray just gave us about 30 minutes to an hour of tape reading, so if you have any questions for him, throw them in the chat as well. Remember, questions are not just for me, it can be for anyone. Let me see let me see exactly what you're talking about. Okay, so on here, you're saying, why am I using a series? And then on this one, why am I only using one candle? Well, sorry. So this is the 1 minute. Okay. This one here is the 5 minutes. Sorry, I didn't have that one labeled. So let me go down to the 1 minute so you can see that one in detail. All right, so here's the 1 minute. It's the series of up close candles right here. So I actually took the wick from 151 up to, what's this, 155. So Interstellar, sorry about that. I know it wasn't clear. I didn't have the 1 minute mark there, but it is a series of candles. Now, I like to use the series of candles, but I do know some people like to use just if it was a bullish breaker, they like to use just the top candle. When you back test, make sure you look at both of them. Look at the full ring. Look at if you only take the top candle. Also look and see, sometimes there'll be like 2 bullish candles, 1 bearish candle, and then 2 more bullish candles. Look and see if you just take after the middle section where price went the opposite direction, if you just take the upper series, like look at all of that to see exactly where price retraces to, and then you'll find a style that you like. Yep. Yeah, you're right, Queen. We have definitely been ranging on the hourly. In fact, when I first looked at the hourly earlier, I was thinking that we had a bullish breaker coming. And that was coming from using the 5 o'clock until 8 o'clock candles. Then we had a break below, and then 11 o'clock traded above and closed. And so I looked at that as a bullish breaker there. As far as the candle bodies are concerned, we haven't violated that. Now we just need to see if on the hourly we get close above 113, so you get above that consequent encroachment. Simply JD. Okay, you're in this trade for buy side. All right, what's your target? You looking for 112? You looking for more than that? 130? Where are you looking to exit your trade from? Oh, is it from Arjo? MMXing? All right, on the 1 minute, we've now returned back down to the breaker, along with the fair value gap here. I think the fair value gap is on the 5 minute. So let me adjust that. There we go. So I just combined these two. There's one right here and then one just above it. So I combined those two to make one. All right, everyone. We are at the end of the macro. Final questions and comments. Please throw in the chat. I'll give you a couple minutes for that. Appreciate you joining. All right. I need a nap too, man. When I first woke up this morning, I knew I needed a nap. All right, everyone, that'll do it. I don't see any comments or questions here. 225 views this afternoon, 45, 50 people in here now. So that's good. On the way out, make sure you hit the like button, please. Thank you very much for that. Everyone who's new and just was in here watching for the first time, make sure you subscribe so you can utilize the chat and you don't miss out on any future live streams. You do get reminders as to when they're coming. I believe 30 minutes before you'll get a reminder. And then once we actually go live, it'll kick out another reminder letting you know that we are on air. So hope to see you at another one. For all the subscribers who continue to come back daily, thank you very much for your support. I do enjoy trading with you. So I'll see you all in the next one tomorrow morning, 9:15. Thanks, everyone. See you then. Take care.